The night Tari woke up screaming, a scream that shook the whole village and stopped the talking drum outside. The night they were promised their miracle. People in Orica said that drum never rested. It beat for births, deaths, marriages, even for small gossip at night. But on that night, the sound died. Before we continue, please don't forget to comment where you are watching from and to follow us for more beautiful stories. How it all started. Tari was 39, but her eyes looked older. 9 years of marriage will do that to you. Especially when there is no child. She and her husband Gogo lived in a small compound under a tall mango tree. Their house had cracked walls but a clean swept yard. Inside, they had little, but they had love. Every morning, Gogo went to the river to fish. Every evening, he came home with his small catch and a tired smile. Today no big fish, he would say, dropping his net. But at least we go chop. Tari would laugh even when her heart was breaking. Because every month, her body reminded her. Still no child. Still no cry in the night. Still no small feet running on the wet sand. The women in the village watched her. A fine woman like this, they whispered. Nothing to show. No child. Some said it was a curse. Some said it was just God's will. Some said it was because she smiled too much, as if joy was a crime. Some mocked her in her face, others did it behind her. At night, when Gogo slept, Tari would press her face into her wrapper and cry quietly. God, even if no one, she prayed. Just one child. Boy, girl, anybody. Let somebody call me Mama before I die. Gogo never blamed her. One night, he walked into the room and saw her wiping her eyes. He sat beside her and said softly, Tari, if not only me and you way God give each other, I still thank him. You hear? I no marry you because of child. I marry you because my heart no fit breathe without you. She tried to smile. But don't you want somebody to answer your name? A child to carry your fishing net when you are old? Gogo looked away at the tiny window, where the moonlight slipped into the room. If God wants, he will do it. If he no wants, we go still laugh. I no go throw you away because womb never open. No both of us they wait, not just you. She loved him more for those words. But they did not stop the ache. Then came the night the drum stopped. It was deep into the night. Tari was sleeping when a hot pain shot through her lower belly. As if someone had tied a rope inside her and pulled hard. She woke with a scream. Gogo, she shouted, clutching her stomach. Gogo jumped up from the mat, heart pounding, grabbing her shoulders. Tari. Tari. Wetin happen? Talk to me. It's burning, my womb is burning, she cried. She rolled on the clay floor, her wrapper twisting around her legs. Outside, dogs began to bark. A lantern in the neighbor's house came on. Then, suddenly, the talking drum from the fisherman's quarter, the one that always beat at that hour, went silent. It was like someone pressed pause on the night. The air went heavy. Even the crickets stopped. Tari lay still, eyes wide, chest heaving. And then, she heard it. A voice. Not from outside. Not from inside. From somewhere else. Tari. She knew that voice. Her blood ran cold. Tari, your child is coming, but not the way you think. It was the voice of her late grandmother. Mama Boma, the woman who died 12 years ago and was buried near the big palm tree. Gogo, Tari whispered, shaking. Did you hear that? Hear wetin? He asked, his own voice shaking. Tari stared at the door. My grandmother just spoke to me. The pain in her stomach slowly faded. Her body went weak. Outside, the talking drum started again. Soft at first, then louder. Like nothing had just happened. Gogo held her close and prayed under his breath. That night, sleep did not return. Neither did peace. Because once a dead person speaks to you, in the middle of the night, you know something is about to change. 2 moons passed. The village of Orika went on with life. Women still talked. Men still drank palm wine under the mango tree. Children still chased goats in the dust. But Tari was not the same. She woke up every day touching her stomach, expecting something. Nothing changed. Sometimes she sat by the river alone, watching the water move. Child is coming. Not the way you think. What did that even mean? One evening, the sky grew dark too fast. Clouds gathered like they had a secret. Gogo had gone to the river. Tari sat outside their small house, watching the wind play with the leaves. The smell of rain came. Wet earth, far thunder, that metallic taste in the air. Suddenly, the sky opened. Rain poured down like it was angry. Tari ran under the small zinc shade in front of the door. She hugged her wrapper tighter, listening to the rain beat the roof. Then she heard it. Knock. Small at first. She froze. Who would be knocking in this kind of rain? Knock. 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 This time louder. Urgent. Tari, a neighbor shouted from her own house. You get visitor, oh. Tari's heart started racing. She walked to the door, hands shaking, and pulled it open. A small figure stood outside. A boy. About 5 years old. Soaked from head to toe. No shoes. No umbrella. Just a thin shirt stuck to his small body. His eyes were big and dark. Full of something older than his age. Rain ran down his face like tears. Tari looked behind him. No mother. No father. No adult. Where are you from? She asked, raising her voice over the rain. The boy did not answer. He just walked past her. Stepped into the house. And wrapped his arms around her waist. Her whole body jolted. Mama, he whispered. Her knees almost gave way. I am not your mother, Tari said quickly, trying to pull away. The boy held her tighter. He looked up into her face and smiled, a small, sad smile. I came from here, he said. His tiny hand moved and rested gently on her belly. A cold wind blew through the open door. Tari felt like the world stopped moving. Before she could find words, the door opened again. Gogo stumbled in, wet from the rain, carrying his fishing net. Tari, this rain nearly. He stopped. His eyes landed on the small boy. The boy turned. Their eyes met. Papa, the boy said. The net fell from Gogo's hands. Who is this? He stammered. Tari shook her head, still trying to understand. He just knocked and walked in. He says I am his mother. He called you Papa. The rain grew louder outside. The talking drum from the fisherman's quarter suddenly began beating fast, too fast, like someone had lost control. Neighbors peeked out from their own doors, trying to see what was happening. Inside the small hut, Gogo stepped closer to the boy. What is your name? He asked. The boy tilted his head. You called me once, he said softly. When you cried at night and said, God, give me a child. Any child. Please. That is my name. Tari's hand flew to her mouth. Gogo's heart pounded so hard he felt it in his ears. Who brought you here? Gogo asked, his voice sharper now. Is it your mother? Your father? From which village? The boy's eyes grew wet. They took me once, he whispered. But I came back. I always come back. He turned to Tari again and held her wrapper tight. Please, don't let them take me away again, he begged. Again. Before either of them could ask what he meant, the boy's eyes rolled back. He went limp in Tari's arms and collapsed on the floor. Tari! Gogo shouted. They both knelt beside him. The boy was breathing, but deeply, like someone in a very heavy sleep. Gogo, Tari whispered, tears in her eyes. I think our child has come. But how do you explain a child who arrives at your door with no past and too much knowledge? The boy slept for 2 days. No fever. No sickness. Just sleep. Tari and Gogo took turns watching him. Sometimes he smiled in his sleep, as if talking to people they could not see. On the 3rd morning, he woke up. Just like that. He sat up on the mat, rubbed his eyes, and looked around like he knew the room. Good morning, Mama, he said. Tari blinked. He said it so easily. Good morning, she said quietly. Gogo stepped forward carefully. You are awake, he said. The boy smiled. I told you I would stay this time. He stood, small feet touching the cool floor, and walked to the corner of the room. Without looking around, he reached for a clay cup. The exact spot where Tari always kept them. Can I have water? He asked. Tari's hands shook. How do you know where I keep my cups? She asked. He drank, then laughed. It has always been there. Always. Later that day, while Tari prepared Gary in the small open kitchen behind the house, she heard him laughing with Gogo. She peeped through the doorway. The boy had taken Gogo's old cap and put it on his small head, dancing around. Stop that, Gogo said, trying not to smile. The boy grinned and shouted. Gogo boy! Gogo boy! You cannot catch me. Gogo went still. Tari's heart almost stopped. Who taught you that name? Gogo asked quietly. The boy looked confused. That is what Grandpa calls you, he said. In the big house with no roof, with the palm tree beside it. He was describing the old cemetery where Gogo's father was buried. Only Gogo's father used to call him Gogo boy. No one else. He had never told Tari. He had never told anyone. Gogo sat down slowly. That night, when the boy slept, Tari whispered to him. What name we call you? He opened one eye and smiled. Call me anything you want, he said. Name is not as important as who holds you. She swallowed a lump in her throat. We will call you Tamuno, she said softly. It means God's gift. The boy, Tamuno, smiled and turned over. As he did, his shirt lifted a little. Tari saw something on his back. A mark. He called Gogo quickly. They gently turned the boy and looked closer. There, on the smooth brown skin of his back, was a birthmark, shaped like a talking drum. They stared at each other. The night your grandmother spoke, Gogo whispered. The drum stopped. Now look. Tari shivered. That same night, Tari had another dream. She was standing near the river. The moon lay on the water like a broken plate. Beside her stood her late grandmother, Mama Boma, in her old wrapper and head tie. Grandma, Tari whispered, tears already on her face. Who is he? Mama Boma smiled, her eyes sad and kind. Your tears have filled the ground of this village, she said. God cannot ignore that kind of water. Is he my son? Tari asked. Mama Boma shook her head slowly. He is your child, but not from your womb. Tari's heart twisted. Then from where? Her grandmother looked out at the dark trees. Ask his mother, she replied. Tari stepped closer. But I am his mother. Mama Boma's eyes grew sharper. No, she said softly. Ask the one who died bringing him into this world. Tari woke up with a cry. Gogo rushed to hold her. She shook in his arms. Gogo. Someone died for this child. He held her until the shaking stopped. Neither of them slept again. Because now, the question was bigger. Whose blood was in their house? The news spread, of course. In African villages, news travels faster than wind. People started talking. Tari and Gogo have a child now. Oh. From where? A small boy just knocked one night. They say he calls them Mama and Papa. Hope it is not from the river. Some said he was a spirit child. Some said he was a witch. Some said he was their delayed answer. But no one could explain how he knew things only dead people knew. Tari started keeping him close. When some women in the village tried to ask too many questions, she stood in front of him and said, He is our son. That is all you need to know. Gogo watched from the side, quiet but firm. Still, at night, when the boy was asleep, Tari would sit by the fire and whisper, God, if this child belongs to another woman, will she come one day? And will she want to take him away? The answer came sooner than she expected. It was still dark when the knock came. Knock. 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 Tali woke up at once. Ever since the first night, every knock made her heart jump. Who is that by this time? Gogo muttered, standing up. Tamuno slept quietly on the mat, hugging the small cloth goat Gogo had carved for him. Gogo lit a small oil lamp and walked to the door. When he opened it, a tall woman stood outside. She wore a plain wrapper and blouse. Face lined with age and sorrow. The first thing Tari noticed, when she sat up and looked, was the woman's eyes. They looked exactly like Tamuno's. Good morning, the woman said, voice low. Gogo nodded carefully. Good morning. Who are you? The woman looked past him into the room. Her eyes landed on Tamuno, who was now awake due to the noise and was now clinging to Tari. Tari's heart clenched. My name is Tamina, the woman said. I came from Borough village. I am looking for my sister's child. Tari frowned. Your sister's child, she repeated. The woman nodded. My twin sister, she said. She died 5 years ago, while giving birth. The room grew colder. Gogo's hand tightened on the lamp. Before she died, Tamina continued. She held my hand and said, My son does not belong here. He belongs to a man and a woman, in Orika village. A fisherman and his wife. The ones who cry at night. The ones who have no child, but still hold each other like they do. Her eyes filled with tears. She told me there is a talking drum in your village. That never stops at night. She said when the right time comes, the drum will stop once. And that is when her son will begin his journey home. Tari's lip trembled. Gogo's knees felt weak. The woman looked at Tari directly now. She described you, Tamina said. Your height. Your face. Even the small scar on your left arm. Tari's hand flew to the old scar from when she fell as a child. She described this house, Tamina added. The way the mango tree bends over the roof. Silence fell like a heavy cloth. Gogo stepped aside slowly. Tamina looked around, eyes on the boy on the mat still clinging to Tari. She knelt beside him. Taminonomi, she whispered. My sister's son. The boy looked at her. He blinked up at this stranger. Then looked at Tari, then at Gogo. He sat up slowly, clutching his small cloth coat. Do you know her? Gogo asked gently. Tamuno looked at the woman, frowning as if digging through memories older than his body. Then he shook his head. I don't know her face, he said. But I know her smell. He sniffed the air lightly. She smells like my mother's tears. Tamina covered her mouth with her hand as a sob escaped. Tari could not hold it anymore. So what happens now? She whispered. Are you going to take him away? The question hung in the air like smoke. Tamina looked at Tari for a long time. You have cared for him? She asked quietly. Tari nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. He called me Mama, she said. He came to our door with no shoe, in the rain. He eats our food. He sleeps on our mat. He put life in this house again. Gogo spoke for the first time. If he must go, he said, voice breaking. Then at least, let him know we did not send him away. Tamuno watched all of them with wide, confused eyes. He got up and walked to Tari. He held her wrapper tightly. Mama, where are they sending me? He asked. Tari broke. She knelt and hugged him tight, shaking. Nobody is sending you away, Tamina said suddenly, her voice firm. Everybody looked at her. She wiped her tears with the back of her hand and stood straighter. My sister said, find them. Tell them my son is theirs. He was born with their name written on his heart. She turned to Gogo. When I reached, I did not come to collect him, she said. I came to release him. Gogo swallowed hard. Release, he asked. Tamina nodded. I held him for 5 years, she said. In dreams. In prayers. In questions. I asked God why my sister died and left this child with nobody. I did not know his plan. I still do not fully understand it. But when I saw your house from the road, my spirit became calm. She smiled sadly at Tari. I cannot fight the kind of love I am seeing here, she said. I don't have husband. I don't have child. I have only mourned my sister for too long. Keeping this boy as my own, when heaven already assigned him to you, will be another kind of stealing. Tari's tears fell freely now. Are you sure? She whispered. Tamina walked to her, placed her hand gently on Tari's shoulder, then on Gogo's. From today, she said. He is your son. And you are my family. Outside the house. The talking drum began to beat. Slow. Deep. Different. Not for a festival. Not for a burial. For a naming. That evening, the elders gathered. Tamuno stood between Tari and Gogo, holding both of their hands. The oldest elder lifted his staff and said, in this life, some children come by blood. Some come by sacrifice. Some come by destiny. He looked at Tamuno. This one has walked all 3 roads. He turned to Tari and Gogo. Will you receive him fully? Yes, they both said together, voices strong this time. Tamina stood at the back, smiling through her tears. An elder woman tied a small white cloth around Tamuno's wrist. From today, she said. You are Taminogo. the child God gave to Gogo and Tari. The drum beat louder. Women all related. Men nodded, some wiping their eyes when they thought no one was looking. That night, for the first time in 9 years, Tari did not cry into her wrapper. She lay on the mat, her head on Gogo's chest. Taminogo's slow breathing close by. "Gogo," she whispered. He answered, half asleep. "Do you believe he is really ours?" Gogo smiled in the dark. "Child, no be only who resemble your face," he said. "Child, know who God plant inside your heart. This one. God plant him deep." Tari smiled, tears of joy this time. Outside, the talking drum played a soft, slow rhythm. And for once, the sound did not remind her of emptiness. It sounded like a heart. Steady, full, and finally at peace. Moral of the story. Sometimes, God answers prayer in a way that breaks all your plans. The child you are waiting for may not come from your body, your village, or even your blood. But when destiny brings them to your door, love is what makes them yours. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment where you're watching from, and follow and subscribe for more deep African folktales, heavy emotions, and unforgettable lessons. See you next time.